today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. Again, everyone, Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And how about that defense last week? They pitched a shutout, and it's really more like a no-hitter because they absolutely dominated that game from the opening whistle.
Cousins on first down. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 7 yards, the pickup there.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 13 carries, 60 yards.
He's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes a leading rusher.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. Now here comes Teddy Bridgewater, first-round pick back in 2014 as he looks to command this Panther offense.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort he threw for... And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore.
Touchdown, Carolina.
DJ Moore. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Joey Slye to kick off for Carolina.
Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Running on first down is Cook, but he didn't find much there. Call it a gain of 3, second down.
Ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Derek Brown, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Complete.
Intended for Adam.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Panthers 7, Vikings nothing.
Now the All-Pro from the season ago. Here's Christian McCaffrey. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up second.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Bridgewater. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore.
Carolina.
DJ Moore, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good to make it 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Joey Slye to kick off for Carolina.
Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
At the 9-yard line.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. B.C. Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. This is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 54 yards. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. This is caught. They call it no gain there on the 1st down play. Now a timeout taken.
No gain on the
Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but now it's 3rd and goal.
3rd down and goal from the 1.
And his kick here is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Vikings 7.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Raiders who have the lead in that one. The Raiders trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Josh Allen has a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Adam Humphries, a touchdown reception. In our game, it's Teddy Bridgewater with a standout first half. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. On the return, it's Pharaoh Cooper. What a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start first and 10. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And there's Christian McCaffrey with another run CMC as he's known in the Carolina area. Easily the most productive running back in the league last season. 2,392 yards from scrimmage. He's just so dangerous every time he gets the football. Whether you hand it to him, throw it to him out of the backfield, just imagine if they have the guts to let him return kicks as well. This guy is a true triple threat.
14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards there, a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Carolina.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro it with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown.
Joey Slye to kick off for Carolina.
Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. Now Abdullah, the return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The throw to the middle taken in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Connects it to Roberts, right side. Not much there, only a yard.
Lead to Seth Roberts. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Bridgewater here to throw. He's going to look deep from, and this is taken in at the 5. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, 47 yards. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff position? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24.
Joey Sly to kick off for Carolina.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Loss on the play.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Oh, they're open too quickly. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Slide for the PAT.
For the point after.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the very rare blocked punt, scooped and returned for a touchdown. What an exciting play.
Joey Sly to kick off for Carolina.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Now Abdullah, the return. And able to get this out to the 25.
Over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game, as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. They had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
36-yard
DJ Moore, the Carolina offense, about to take over once again. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really...
This is caught inside the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit, but for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Point after, right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Joey Slye to kick off for Carolina.
Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. Now Abdullah, the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
45.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up, just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Panthers, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.